Hello and welcome to our latest football news update. Today we're taking a closer look at Chelsea Football Club as they prepare for the upcoming transfer window. As we all know, this has been a difficult season for the Blues, who finished in their lowest Premier League position since 1994. However, the club is set to undergo a massive transition period as they trim down their notoriously bloated squad and usher in a new era under the management of Mauricio Pochettino. One of the biggest challenges facing the club will be deciding which players to keep, loan, or sell. With so many uncertainties surrounding the futures of Chelsea's players, it can be difficult to know what the future holds for the team. That's why we've turned to experts at Goal, who have run through a list of players whose futures are uncertain. Let's take a look at their recommendations. First on the list is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It's time to bring his nightmare spell with Chelsea to an end. Although he was signed under the management of Thomas Tuchel, he barely featured for the Blues thereafter. It's time to move on from him swiftly. Christian Pulisic is another player whose future at Chelsea is uncertain. With the USMNT star within the bracket of players entering the final year of their contracts, the club will likely look to sell him in the upcoming clear-out. While he has shown flashes of his obvious ability, this transfer hasn't worked out, and both the player and the club would likely benefit from a fresh start elsewhere. Mateo Kovacic has been a loyal servant for Chelsea over the past 5 years, but it's time for the club to move on. The owner's policy will be to shift players entering the final year of their contracts, and that puts Kovacic firmly in the shop window. Several top clubs have already expressed interest in him. Hakim Ziyech, who was denied a Chelsea exit in January, is almost certain to be granted his wish this summer. While he hasn't endeared himself to supporters, it remains to be seen whether PSG will be his destination. It's also time to part ways with Kepa Arrizabalaga. Although he had a good season, the club is in need of a world-class goalkeeper between the sticks. It's time to recoup some of that eye-watering £72M, $90M fee. Callum Hudson-Odoi is another player whose contract expires in 12 months' time, and will likely be one of those whom Chelsea will try to shift this summer. While there may still be space for him in the squad, an unsuccessful loan with Bayer Leverkusen means that he is probably out of the picture. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has now had back-to-back seasons around the starting lineup at Chelsea. Unfortunately, it is definitively the right moment to move on, as it's now evident that he is never going to be a regular starter in the Blues midfield. Edouard Mendy's form has fallen off a cliff, and he looks a shadow of the goalkeeper who helped Chelsea win the 2021 Champions League trophy. While Pochettino could keep him as a backup option, having hit such heights, Mendy will surely be keen to move on. Finally, Tiémoué Bakayoko still has a whole year to run on his Chelsea contract, which means the club will be desperately trying to get rid of him for a paltry fee in the summer. A loan move to AC Milan hasn't been the tonic to his woes in West London, and there is absolutely zero chance of a renaissance. Ethan Ampadu is another player whose future at Chelsea is uncertain. With his contract expiring in 2024, it's likely that he will be moved on this summer. Although he has enjoyed 2 solid loans in Serie A with Venezia and Spezia, it feels very unlikely that he will be seen as a first-team option at Chelsea going forward. So there you have it, folks. Goal's recommendations for which players Chelsea should keep, loan, or sell as they undergo a period of transition this summer. What do you think of their suggestions? Do you agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments below.